finish. Don't finish before I sit down.
No, wait a minute. No, stay right there. That was a very interesting analysis of Black genealogy books. We have one question that was put in the chat. It said, "Is there going to be a list of books that were mentioned in
The whole site, the HBCUHeritageHome.com, is all the books. It's a list of the books. It's the visuals of the books. It's audios of the books. It's communities joining around each book. So yes, this fall it goes live, and again, we think there's about 1,000. We've got 650 or so now. So yeah, it goes live with about 1,000 books this fall.
Okay, so it's not available right now.
It goes live this fall.
Okay, so this fall.
We have some, however many I got there, I brought a nice collection of show and tell genealogies. Again, the main thing is to understand that the variety is so great. Families choose big, pretty, beautiful books, 600 pages, 500 pages. Families do it in 75 pages. They do little books, small books. So we've got a good variety over there, and you can get a sense of those and see how others do it that way.
If we know of someone who has published a book that may not be on the list, how do we connect?
Just let me know. We will get it on there, and of course, once the site is live, then people will go there. We expect not to find every single one the same information was on that first main thing.
Okay, so who would you contact to notify somebody?
You can notify me right now until the site goes live. You can go on the site, but
So
my email address is on there. Did everybody get
Put it in the chat.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Did everybody get? Anybody want a little handout? So yeah, we could put countrypep@gmail.com if you want. That's Pamela E. Foster's email. If you want to bring a book to my attention before we go live. And again, we're so excited about the core. So there are some books, again, like Roots or like, the Joneses or whatever. If it's a standard traditional genealogy, we want them. We're interested in, but there's just so many, and we are not trying to collect all the novels about intergenerational families. That's it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So like a real family. Yes, sir.
First off, Dr. Foster, I'd like to thank you for making my families so prominent within your presentation.
Did y'all? I mentioned the one book. Did you see the Pope book too?
Also, Dr. Jean Donner is a poet. Her uncle and my aunt, her uncle is Dr. Williams. The Goldtown book, I live by it every day. My grandmother did the artwork in the front of the book.
And that's something Urban is mentioning, sort of what it's like to live in a household with a book about your family in it. And that's really something that I want to have us explore more in our discussions. Again, the joy that comes from that. I want other people to understand that and to feel it. And then know what it's like for the edges of the family. I bet there are people in the extended family who aren't feeling all that warm and fuzzy, we're hopeless, we're gloom. Am I right?
Let me say it this way, the Goldtown book, my grandmother did the artwork, and when the book was published in 1913, my mother and her siblings, 6 of them, none of them read the book. It was sitting in the house forever.
Wow.
And my mother had ideas as to how the family began. One of the things I tell people when I talk about why I do genealogy, is my mother got it all wrong. And I had to sit down and read the book, and then I asked my mom, did you guys ever read it? No. My aunt, I actually had, my grandmother gave me my aunt's copy. And my aunt cried because she couldn't find her copy. She was gonna give it to me anyway.
Right.
And I told her, don't worry about it. I didn't want to let her know that her mother stuck behind her and got her book and gave it to me.
And that's a good point too about these books. Again, these are artifacts. These are gifts. These are things to pass down from family members. Not just to be on the library, on your home library shelf or on your coffee table or tea table so you can sit around and discuss them, but to understand them as like artifacts of history of a people, pass them down and feel the joy and having them signed by forebears, all that. It's fabulous. There's no getting around that feeling. Other questions?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
For someone who might be interested in writing their family history, where would you direct them to learn or to get started?
So again, the genealogy industry is huge worldwide, and there's 9 billion and 12 players. A key among them, OGS. And so if you're still in the let me do some research and figure out how to do it stage, get with OGS.
But for writing, actually writing.
Once you get it all together, then you simply decide. You look at examples like that, you look at examples like on the archive, and you get together. Maybe we might even think about that if we have enough people. Delaware 250 has a grant for celebrating the 50th anniversary. They might be interested in helping a couple of families. I know the Young family might be close to it as well. They might, if we can find 1 or 2 families that's really ready to go there, maybe we can go through that book process. But the main thing is that this is the place for building communities around the book. Now, I really like that idea when you're in the last stages of it, and you're just talking amongst each other, what are the final things we want to put, how much do we want to emphasize this or that. We might, it might be beneficial to your family and others to watch those conversations, to see what that last stage is like before there's a book, and then publishing the book. We talked about providers of nostalgic products and services to Black families being part of the communities around these books. Think, for example, of, I'll use, y'all probably seen in the news recently, Cracker Barrel changing. Okay, like it or not, Cracker Barrel has an intimate place in many Black families. So if you were one of those families who went there every Sunday after church and you're writing a little anecdote about we used to go to Cracker Barrel every Sunday after church and da-da-da, that Cracker Barrel ad on that page or on this site celebrating our family, your family, is part of what this is about. For instance, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where Heinz is headquartered. So a lot of people work at Heinz, of course we use it. So, when there's a story about Pap had to have ketchup on his scrambled eggs, Heinz wants to be right there celebrating the family in that. So there's a lot of things like that. So we're working. Other questions, inside or out? Yes,
There's one. Okay, Nancy, can you answer your question?
Yes, hi, sorry, my neighbor is blowing his horn. Looking for research on African-Americans living in Delaware, that they can visit my website, findingyourdelawareroots.com.
Great. Findingyourdelawareroots.com.
Can you put it in the chat?
Findingyourdelawareroots.com. So yeah, this is really about, the the work people put into doing the research is so long and arduous, and this is that end point. After you've done all that and have a book, this is about celebrating the book. So if you're still
Right.
looking for documents to learn
yeah,
about,
and there's a little more to it
this
than
isn't
that.
done.
I'm including documents such as manumissions, deeds, wills,
yes,